Well, hello, hello. I am just going to wait for a few people to show up for this live. All right, we're just going to get right into it because I want to ask you a question. I want you to really sit with this question. And before you answer this question, I want you to just really think about how long you have been trying to manifest the life you want. How long? Has it been a few months? Has it been years? Maybe you have been reading all the books. Maybe you've read my book. Maybe you have listened to all the podcasts. And hi, Gail. Very good to see you. Thanks for joining. Maybe you have done all the things that people have been telling you to do, and yet you are still sitting here wondering, why isn't it working? Why isn't it working? So, if that is you, then I just need you to know something right now. You're not doing it wrong. You're not. Um, and you absolutely are not the exception to the rule. So many people they try to manifest and then they think, oh, it must be me. Maybe I'm just not meant to have my desires. Maybe I'm just doing it wrong. Maybe, something inside of me just feels broken, right? So let me know in the comments if you resonate with any of that. So today I really want to show you what the exact reason is. Because here's what the biggest manifestation gurus are teaching. In the 3 days I've joined your group, I've learned so much. Yay! Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for sharing that with me. That just really means the world to me. Thank you, Gail. Um, and I think, what we're going to be talking about today is going to be hinging a little bit on what you're already learning. And so stick around because I want to talk a little bit about this. So I want to talk about I have been dealing with a little bit of a sore throat, so I sound like like it's taken 10 or 20 years off of my voice. It sound like a little girl, but anyway. So let's talk about what you may have been told by some of the biggest gurus, some of the biggest experts. Some of the biggest experts, will tell you to stay consistent. They'll tell you to practice gratitude every morning. They will tell you to do your visualization. They will tell you to repeat your positive statements every day without fail. They will say you got to raise your vibration. They will say just believe it's already done. And so you do. You show up, you do the work, and and I'm not saying that those things are incorrect. I'm not saying they're inaccurate. I'm not saying that at all. Um, but they will basically take those things and almost like make it seem like you're doing it wrong. So they'll scold you. How many days in the last 30 days did you actually practice your visualization? How many days in the last 30 days did you actually practice your affirmations, right? So I want you to let me know, just out of curiosity, how consistent have you been? How many days in the last 30 days have you practiced with these tools? And I'm not saying it to judge you, to make you wrong. I just I'm curious what you've been doing, what kind of energy has actually gone into your manifestation so far, what you've been told, what type of techniques maybe you've been using. Have you been doing affirmations on a daily basis? Have you been doing hypnosis on a daily basis? Meditation? Have you been doing the 555, the 369? I mean, there's so many different techniques and strategies out there. So, what have you been doing? How long have you been doing it? Have you been doing it consistently every day? And for a lot of people, when you type this out in the chat, you're going to find that maybe that number is pretty high. Maybe you've actually been doing the work, because you probably wouldn't be here if you weren't committed, frustrated, having some doubts, having some challenges. Because the truth of the matter is, on and off but consistent since joining. Great, great. Um, the truth of the matter is, you probably are pretty committed. All right, you probably care pretty deeply about what it is that you want to manifest. You really, really want this to work, right? And so here's the question: if you have been consistent about it, if you're one of the people out there that's watching this in the replay and or watching this, later on, and you have been consistent about it, you've been doing the practices, you've been following all of the advice, why is it still happening? Why is it still not happening? So let me know in the chat why you think that it still isn't happening. So here's the problem with what other manifestation teachers may have taught you that nobody else is telling you. Yes, consistency matters. Yes, visualization matters. Yes, gratitude matters. I'm not going to tell you to throw those tools in the trash can. They absolutely all work. But here's the thing. All of those tools are really designed to work at the surface level of your mind. And the surface level of your mind is not the part of your mind that's running the show here. You can repeat something to yourself 1,000 times. You can feel grateful. You can set your intentions. You can journal every morning without fail. And if the deeper part of the mind is running a completely different program, then these tools are just going to keep hitting a wall. Not because you're not doing it enough. Not because you're not smart. Let's see, I think I jumped to another desire too quickly. Oh, that's a really, really interesting, that's a really interesting problem, because yes, unless we really stay with something long enough, we really do need to kind of allow it to germinate. We need to allow it to take full root. So I wonder, Gail, why does that happen? Why do you think that jump to another desire? I'd be really curious to know. And this is a very interactive process. So anybody who wants to jump in here and ask questions or let me know what's going on with your manifestations, I'm here. I'd love to really help you to understand this more and figure out how to get this really working for you. That's my job. That's what I love to do. That's what I've been helping people to do for the past 25 years. So I'm really, really thankful that you guys are all here and working on manifestation, that this is something you have an interest in, because it tells me one of the things I've noticed lately about, it's just one of the things you've noticed. So, now that you have been in our community and you've been working on this, maybe that's, something is like, oh, there we go. I have not allowed myself to stay consistent and see something all the way through to fruition. And so again, the manifestations, all of the techniques, they all work. But it's not because you aren't doing them enough. It's because we're working at the wrong level of mind. Okay, all of those techniques are great for, just getting your conscious mind to continue to consistently, think about your manifestation, but it's not penetrating at the deeper level. I think because I want to increase my business, but then my phone has hiccups, so now I want the phone. Okay, let me think about that one for a minute. So, I see what you're saying. So you're kind of reactive. So the the deeper goal really is that you want to increase your business, but then you get distracted by something else. So you're saying, oh, my phone's not working really well. Why don't I go ahead and manifest a new phone? Is that kind of what I'm hearing you say? So you just kind of like get a little reactive, a little distracted by the current whatever happens to be up, at that moment. And that's really interesting. And it's not uncommon. It's really not uncommon. I think that's actually one of the yeah, exactly. That's one of the big manifestation blocks is just not staying clear and firm on the one manifestation that you really, really want. So, all of those tools that we talked about, the affirmations, the visualization, the gratitude, all of that, being consistent with all of those, it ultimately, if we don't hit the right layer of your mind, then those tools are going to just have you keep hitting a wall. And again, it's not because you're not doing it enough. It's not because we're not working hard enough. It's just because we're working at the wrong layer of mind, the wrong level of mind. So, what is actually happening inside your mind when you try to manifest? Let's go into that. There is a part of your mind I want to share with you that controls everything. We have two parts of the mind. We have the conscious mind, which you're using right now to watch this video. It's the part that you know really well. It's the part that's reading this chat right now, able to type into this chat. This is a part of you that sets goals. This is the part of you that decides what you want, follows instructions. It's logical, it's analytical, it's hopeful, it's all those things. It is the part that we generally try to use whenever we are setting out to manifest something. All right? It's the part of you that literally signed up, that decided to sign up for a course. It's a part of you that decided to show up here for this YouTube today. It's a part of you that says, this time it's going to be different. This time everything's I'm going to read this book. I'm going to take this course. I'm going to do these affirmations. I'm going to watch this movie. I'm going to take this advice and I'm going to follow through this time. I'm going to do it. Right? So that is a little part of you, that little part of you called the conscious mind. Then you have another part of you. And this part of you is called the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is not logical by any means. This part of you doesn't care about your goals. It doesn't care. And I know it sounds like mean when I say that, but it doesn't care about your goals. It doesn't read self-help books. What it does is it simply runs based on programming. It runs based on patterns. It runs based on every habit, every automatic reaction, every deep belief that you've ever carried, about yourself, about what's possible for you, about the world at large, about other people. All of that lives in the subconscious mind. So, how the subconscious mind actually works. So, I want you to think about the subconscious mind this way. Imagine that your conscious mind is like the captain of the ship. All right? And the captain of the ship stands there at the wheel and says, we're going to go north, right? We're going to go north, full speed ahead. But the subconscious mind is a big part below, deck. That's the big engine room that controls the whole, ship. And this engine room, this part of the ship, it has been wired since childhood, since you were a little child. And it's been wired to go south. So no matter how loud the captain shouts, the ship is going north, We're going to go north. We're going to go north. We're going to go north. No matter how loud the captain shouts, the ship is going south. There's nothing he can do to change that. It's been programmed, it's been wired. He can't change that. That's how your conscious and your subconscious mind work. The conscious mind says, I want this. The subconscious mind has already been programmed with an entirely different set of circumstances. All right? So this is why you can't want something bad enough, with every conscious thought that you have, and still feel like you're moving in the opposite direction, because you really are. Does that make sense to everyone? Does that explain why every time you set out to try to manifest, and then you say these affirmations, and you do your visualization, all of which is at the conscious level of mind, okay? You do that, and then your subconscious mind has an entirely different set of instructions that are completely opposite from whatever it is that you're trying to get it to do. And your subconscious mind isn't doing this on purpose. It's not working against you on purpose. It's doing exactly what it was programmed to do. Programs that you picked up before you were even 7 years old. Programs from your parents, your environment, your earliest experiences having to do with money, success, love, worthiness, all of the things that you ever heard anybody say about money that got absorbed into your subconscious mind before you even knew what money was. Programs that said things like, people like us don't have that kind of money. What do you think I'm made out of, money? What do you think, money grows on trees? You have to struggle. You have to work hard. If you become too successful, people won't like you. I don't deserve that. We don't deserve that. All right. So I'd love to hear in the chat. Let me know, what kind of programs sound familiar to you? What did you hear? Money is the root of all evils. Money doesn't grow on trees. You have to work hard. Money is evil. Only greedy people have a lot of money. If you have a lot of money, you're greedy. What are some of those programs that you have? I heard all of those growing up, all of them. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for being vulnerable and sharing that, because the more you identify what's been going on with you, the easier it is to change. And so this is why this changes everything, because once you understand this concept, everything actually will start to make sense. That you're not failing at manifestation, you're actually manifesting. You're manifesting what's already there in your subconscious mind, and you've been doing a really good job at it. And so all we have to do is simply upgrade whatever has been programmed into you. All we need to do is just upgrade the operating system that's been running this old program. Money doesn't grow on trees, can't afford that. Yeah, and so when you go and you see something and it's expensive, your automatic response is, I can't afford that, right? Or maybe it's that whatever it is that you offer, you will only offer your services up to a certain price because you're afraid to actually charge what you are actually worth. I don't know what you do for a living, Gail. Maybe you could share what you do, what you offer, and if you feel like maybe you've been undercharging for that, because here's why people undercharge. It's not because you're not worth more. It's not because you don't know enough. It's because you're afraid that that person that you're making that offer to thinks about money the exact same way that you do. And so, how can you make an offer to somebody when you are walking around with, I can't afford that? I wouldn't invest that kind of money. And so, no one else is going to invest that kind of money either. So, who does this resonate with? Let me know if this resonates with you, if you've been undercharging, and let me know what it is that you actually do. And is it resonating with you that maybe you've been undercharging? So, kind of getting back to what a lot of manifestation gurus talk about. Um, let's see, money will change you. Oh, yeah, there's another one. Money will change you. Money isn't going to change you, it's only going to amplify who you already are. So, if you're a good person, then it's going to give you the ability to do good things with that money. If you're a bad person, then it's only going to give you the money, the resources to do more bad, evil things with money. And so, yeah, thank you, Yang Guy Sagne. Thank you for sharing that. So, money, all it does is it amplifies who you already are. And so a lot of the gurus focus on the beauty business offering skincare collection AD. Okay, awesome. I've heard of those products long, long time ago. And so the gurus focus on the conscious mind because that's where you're most aware. But the work that actually creates permanent, lasting change happens at the subconscious level. The subconscious level. So that is where hypnotherapy is one of the only tools that speaks directly to the subconscious mind. It doesn't speak around it, it doesn't speak over it, it speaks directly to the subconscious mind. And so, if we want to, it stands to reason that if you're walking around with a belief at the 95% level of your brain, this belief, even though you consciously know that that belief doesn't work for you, but it's in your subconscious and you can't hear that. You can't, you can't just say, you can't just will your subconscious to change. It doesn't work that way. You have to go in with hypnotherapy in order to change that subconscious mind. We have to go directly to the source where that program is stored. And we literally have to go into the engine room. Kind of remember at the beginning, we were talking about how the conscious mind is like your captain of the ship that says, we're going this way. The engine is already set, it's already going the other way. And so we've got to go to the engine room and we actually have to rewrite that program. All right. So, how do we turn it around? So, what do we actually want to do with this? Let me give you 3 steps to start working at the right level. And then I'm going to share something that's going to make it all click for you. All right. So, the very first step, write this down and maybe even write it in the comments just so we have these notes here. The first step is you have to stop fighting your subconscious mind and start listening to it, because that is going to give you the key that's going to tell you what is actually going on in there. Most people try to overpower their subconscious mind with sheer willpower, and that never works. They push harder, they repeat more, they do more, do, and it doesn't work like that. You're not going to force it to change. Instead, you want to start actually getting curious about what is that resistance all about. All right, what is the resistance that you feel when you think about the goal that you want to manifest? And I'd love to hear, what are your goals that you want to manifest? Anybody here that's listening tuned in here, go ahead and let me know what goals you're working on. When you state those goals out loud and other people can see them, that is operating on a whole universal level. So let's go ahead and talk about the goals that you want to manifest. So when you think about the goal, notice what comes up for you. Is there a little voice inside, that says, I can't have that. That's not for me. Is there a feeling in your body? Like, does your chest get tight? Do you feel something in your stomach? Is there a part of you that just isn't buying into this? That just is not believing that your goal is fully possible for you? What happens? I'd love to hear. I really do find myself doing the things that I promised to not do on my self-growth journey. I keep so that's case in point. This is exactly, thank you so much for sharing that. That's exactly what's going on here. The reason why you keep sabotaging yourself is not deliberate. You're not doing that on purpose, obviously. You're doing it because this is your subconscious mind's way, and it sounds counterintuitive, but it's really trying to protect you from having what you want. Um, it's trying to protect you from having what you want because it's just not safe for you to have that. Your nervous system doesn't have the capacity to deal with having that much success. So we have to rewire that part to make it safe for you to have it. It's putting up a wall, it's putting up a fight, and this whisper is the program that's running in your subconscious. And so being aware of it, and you just took the first step by being aware of it. That's a very, very first step. So well done. Now the next step, step 2, is to align your subconscious story with your conscious desire. All right? Align your subconscious story with your conscious desire. So your subconscious speaks in feelings and images and not logic. That is why visualization, when done properly, is very, very powerful. But most people are doing visualization all wrong. They're just seeing images and they're not getting any kind of juice or energy into those into those images. And so when it's done correctly, visualization works very well. The key is not just seeing the picture. The key is feeling that so fully that your nervous system cannot tell the difference between that vision and reality. All right? So when that happens, you begin to create alignment between what you want and what you believe at the deepest level. And that alignment is where manifestation accelerates. The third step is to clear the blocks that are running that old program. So this is exactly, okay, your man, and you said yes. I'm curious what you were saying yes to. So the third step is to clear the blocks. So just like Yan Guy said, he talked about how he's sabotaging. Okay, well, the sabotage is one of the 7 main common blocks that people have when it comes to trying to manifest their reality. So we have to clear these blocks. This is the most important step out of this entire process. And it's the one that most people skip over entirely because they don't even know that it exists. They don't even know that they have these blocks. They don't even know that they're working at the conscious level rather than the subconscious level. And you can do all the visualization you want, but if there is a subconscious block in place, it's going to keep pulling you back. It's going to keep going in the direction that it knows to go. It's the way it's been programmed to go. Think of that block like It's like a kink in the garden hose. All right, think about how those techniques in themselves require so much mental control. Yes, they do. You're right. They do require a lot of mental control. And so, people are trying to will themselves to manifest, but will is in the conscious mind. It's in the small part of the mind, the 5%. So you're not really likely to change the big subconscious block just willing yourself and using these willpower techniques. It's there's a much easier, much faster, much simpler way to do that, which we're going to get to. So I want you to think about these blocks though, like a kink in the garden hose. So the water is back there, right? But you're trying to spray the hose and nothing's coming out, right? Nothing's coming out. The water's there, your desire is there, the pressure is there, but the block is stopping the flow. Once you remove the block, everything starts to move. And sometimes if you really think about it, like as soon as you remove that block, it's like going to be whoo, like really fast. It's going to come out because it's been blocked for a long time. You have been putting a lot of energy into it. It's just that you can't get to it because it's blocked. And so let's get into what some of these blocks are. We already talked about one of them, which is the self-sabotage. But this is really, all of the things that I have been teaching and learning over the last 25 years with working with thousands of people. What I've learned is, and there's more than 7, but we're just going to talk about the 7 main ones that tend to stop most people. There's 7 specific subconscious blocks that get in the way of manifestation. Really not possible. Can you explain what you mean by really not possible? Like not possible to change your belief system using just the conscious mind alone? Is that what you're talking about? Because that's true. You have to really go in and you have to do the hypnotherapy and get to the root and release the block that way. So there are 7 specific subconscious blocks that typically get in the way of most manifestation. Surface level, 100%. Yeah. All right. So when you have even one of those blocks in place, even one, manifestation is going to feel slow. It's going to feel stubborn. It's going to feel stuck. It's going to feel, just like you said, completely impossible. And that's because it is. But when you clear even one of those blocks, then things start to shift. Things actually start to move. When you clear all of them, the manifestation stops feeling like a chore. It stops feeling like a struggle. It starts feeling like a natural flow. So first block we're going to talk about is worthiness. And when I come to a block that matches something that you're dealing with, go ahead and mention that in the comments. So worthiness is block number 1. Deep down, there's a part of you that doesn't believe that you deserve what you're asking for. Not yet, maybe not ever. This block runs quietly in the background and most people don't even notice that. So let me know, block number 1, worthiness, if that resonates with you. Block number 2 is safety. The subconscious job, the mind, the job of the subconscious mind is safety. It is really designed to keep you alive. That's all it really cares about at the end of the day. That's its job. It's been granted this one job. Its job is not to help you manifest your goals in life. All right. It's only designed to help keep you safe. So what we have to do is we have to make it safe. Subconscious mind, if success doesn't feel safe, if money, visibility feels dangerous in any way, your subconscious mind is going to protect you from that. Even if you consciously really, 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 really want it desperately, All right. Um, so that's a safety block, right? Maybe you really, really want something. Sorry, my live is lagging and I've been responding to your previous comments in the video. Thank you so much for all of your comments. I really appreciate it. All right, so the next block is block number 3, which is identity. You can only receive what matches your current identity. If your subconscious mind still sees you as someone who struggles, someone who isn't quite there yet, it's going to recreate that reality again and again and again. It's just only going to be a match for what who you are at the deepest level. And so that's an identity block. Block number 4 is trust. Past disappointments create distrust. So when you've wanted something in the past and it didn't come about, what happens is you stop trusting that you are powerful, that you have a powerful part of you that can make things happen. So when you've wanted something, it didn't come, your subconscious learned to stay guarded. And that guardedness keeps the very thing that you want at bay. All right, so that is the trust. You start to literally doubt whether you can actually achieve this thing or not. Block number 5 is scarcity. A scarcity mindset at the subconscious level doesn't just affect your money, it affects your time, it affects how much love you allow yourself to receive, it affects how many opportunities you see, it affects possibilities, and it literally tells your mind at all times there isn't enough. There isn't enough. And so you stop looking for what is actually available to you. All right, so that is the scarcity. Who here feels the block of scarcity? I'd love to hear a little bit in the chat on which of these blocks are resonating. Don't be shy. Let us know which ones are resonating for you. The 6th block is block number 6, which is conflicting beliefs. All right, so this is one of the sneakiest blocks of them all. You believe 2 things at the same time. And these 2 things are in direct contradiction to each other. Part of you believes that you deserve to be abundant. And another part of you believes that money, like you said, changes people. Changes people, and I'm assuming you must mean changes people for the worse. Makes people bad. It corrupts people. So if you believe that about money, if you believe that, but the other part of you believes in abundance, more than likely the one that believes that money changes people is probably sitting at the subconscious level and is undermining all of your efforts to want to have abundance. The part of you that wants abundance is just the fraction of your logical mind. You logically want it. But the other part of you says, no, we can't do that. We can't go against ourselves. We can't become one of those corrupt, evil people that has all that money. We can't become one of those greedy people. We can't become one of those corrupt people. And guess what voice is going to win every single time? The part that is running the program that says, I don't want to change. I don't want to become like that. And if I have abundance, I'm probably going to become like that. There's that part of you that's in direct opposition. So the identity one hits you. Yeah, we have to be able to, the manifestations come in as a direct match to the image of ourselves that we're really holding. That's tight, leaving for Hawaii Friday, so may need to connect after I get back. Okay, all right. Cool. Block number 7 is the emotional residue. The emotional residue. So old emotions that were never fully processed get stored in the body and in the subconscious mind. The grief, the resentment, the shame, the fear, all of these stored emotions act as anchors that, indeed, when I think of money, spending comes to mind. Yeah, spending comes to mind. Cool. Um, so tell me a little bit more about spending money. Is that a good, are you saying that is a good thing or a bad thing? Or how do you feel about spending money? Because a lot of times when people think about spending money, a lot of times it makes them feel anxious, like they're going to run out of money if they spend money. They might feel guilty about spending money, money that it feels like I don't have. So a lot of times, you know, so much about money isn't so much in the how much you take in, but it's the way you process it as it goes out. When you spend money, when you're paying your bills and you're thinking to yourself, oh, why does money just, I don't seem to be able to hang on to my money. It's gone before it even comes into my bank account. Or you feel guilty spending on yourself. Like, what else were you supposed to spend it on? Right? I mean, yes, we want to spend it to help people, and that's the caveat here is when you have more money, you are able to spend it on things that are part of the solution rather than part of the problem. Not having enough money is the thing that we should ultimately think about, like not I don't want to inject guilt into that, but not having enough money makes it somebody else's responsibility to take care of us, right? So when we are the ones that have enough money to go around, we have more than enough money, we want to think beyond our own needs. We want to think, I want so much money that I'm able to help all the kitty cats and doggies of the world. I want to have so much money that I can help women in women's shelters. I want to have so much money that I can help my next door neighbor if they need a favor from me. I want to have so much money that I can help my kids to have a great education, right? So all of these things that we limit ourselves, we're thinking really only about ourselves. But really, having more money allows you to be, uh, ultimately, it allows you to be a better person. It allows you to be a philanthropist. It allows you to be generous. So, that is one of the biggest blocks that people have is feeling like, oh, like it makes you a bad person. No, it doesn't. It can really help you to become a really good person. All right, so getting back to the emotional residue, so old emotions that were never fully processed, they get stored in your body and in the subconscious. And so the grief, the resentment, the shame, the fear, these stored emotions act like anchors that hold you to old patterns, even when everything else in your life is moving forward. So I'd love to know in the chat which one of these hit home for you the most. Go ahead and drop, I'll go ahead and re-go over these 7. So block number 1 was worthiness. Block number 2 was safety. Block number 3 was identity. Block number 4 was trust. Block number 5 was scarcity. Block number 6 was conflicting beliefs. And block number 7, emotional residue. money can't stay with me. I just spend it all and then the cycle repeats again. Yeah, so you have a hard time holding on to money, and it doesn't matter how much you make, because the more you make, you're just going to find more things to spend money on. And again, it's not about money. Spending money is bad, but you also want to spend in a responsible way, that you actually have something to show for your money that you take in. You want to be moving forward. You want to be grow. You don't want to be running out of money all the time. Running out of money just creates more running out of money. Whatever the problem is, whatever you're focused on, it just expands. It just becomes, just kind of like a never-ending cycle. So we need to break that cycle at the subconscious level of mind. So what if you could clear one of these blocks every day? And even if you didn't identify with any of them, if you didn't identify with all of them, trust me, we do this Faster Manifestation Challenge in my community, and oftentimes people will look at the very, very first one that we clear, which is the clarity block, giving yourself permission to decide and go after what you want. And oh my God, just that one block. So many people think that they're clear. They think they know what they want. They will take this very first day, this very first module on the clarity, and they will realize, oh my God, I thought I was clear. Now I'm clear. And isn't that true, Gail? So I know Gail has been, she's on day 3 of this 7-day Faster Manifestation Challenge. I'd love to hear from you, Gail, what has transpired in just the first 3 days. So I want you to think about something. What if you could clear 1 block per day? What if you didn't have to carry these 7 blocks with you into the next month? What if you could literally take the next 7 days, starting today, and clear 1 block at a time, 1 per day for 7 days, 7 blocks gone? What would shift in your life if the biggest things standing between you and your manifesting goals were no longer there? What if we were able to shatter that wall? So I'd love to hear what that would be like for you in the chat. Let me know in the chat what it would be like for you to just be able to breathe easily. What would it be like for you, if things started to become easier? What would it be like for you if you didn't have to struggle and fight any longer for your manifestations to come, that they literally just start flowing? This is what I have built inside my Hypnosis to Believe and Manifest community. I give you the exact process to identify and clear each one of these blocks using hypnotherapy. It's not just information, all right? This is not just getting more awareness. This is the actual process, the actual hypnosis, the actual, we actually do the hypnosis inside my community. 7 different hypnosis sessions to clear 7 different blocks. This is the actual process of going straight into the subconscious, rewiring that program, because that is where the real shift happens. And that is what makes this different from anything else that you've ever tried. So here's what I want you to do right now, because you're all here for a reason. You're here because you have something that you want that has not transpired yet, and you deserve it, and you deserve how to know how to make that happen. So if you're ready to finally clear these blocks, instead of just learning about them, if you want the actual step-by-step process to reprogram your subconscious mind so that manifestation works the way it was always supposed to work for you, I want you to type the word believe in the comments right now. Just type the word believe in the comments, and I will personally send you an invitation to join the hypnosis and the Hypnosis to Believe and Manifest community. And this is where I walk you through the complete step-by-step process to clear all 7 of these blocks. I have the sessions. I have the scripts. I have the live support. I have the community and the people that are all doing this work. Thank you, Josh. I have the live support, the community of the people who are all doing this work right alongside you. So if you haven't done so yet, go ahead and type believe in the comments right now, and I'm going to send you that invite personally. All right. So I really want to thank you for being here today. I am going to stick around for some Q&A. If you have any questions about what I just talked about, if you came in late, if you didn't get, jump on with all the information that I talked about earlier, you can always watch the replay. But if you have any specific questions right now is the time to go ahead and drop those questions into the chat, and that way I can answer them here on this next couple of minutes that I'm going to be here on this live. I'm not going to allow any dry time to be on this live, so I'm not going to kind of sit back and wait for the questions to come. I'm literally getting ready to stop talking in probably about a minute, and then I'm going to end the live. So I'm just going to keep talking to keep the live going, to keep, something happening here. So while I'm talking, I want you to type out any questions that you have about the blocks, about the subconscious mind, about how you can manifest faster, about techniques maybe that you have tried, about why this hasn't been working for you so far, about what your dreams, your goals are, and can you actually manifest this thing? So I just really want to thank you for those of you who were here and participated today in today's live. What I want you to understand right now about your subconscious mind is it's something that most people spend decades trying to figure out. You have gotten some information about how it works today, probably more than most people learn about, in a decade. So you have the information, you understand these blocks are real, the process to clear them is very real, and the shift that happens when you do this work over 7 days, it's all it takes. Literally, think about, here it is, Monday, March 9th, a week from today, Monday, March, whatever that day is. Can't do the math right now, but whatever that day is, a week from today, you could literally be feeling lighter, clearer, happier, more peaceful, more in control of your life. Know that whatever it is that you are working toward, that you absolutely can achieve that, and you can. So once again, go ahead and type believe in the comments if you are ready, and I will see you on the inside. Okay. And so I'm going to be sending you, actually, you know what? Let me just make this super, super easy for you. I'm just going to go ahead and type the link right here. 7daymanifest.com is the link that'll take you to the program, that's going to reprogram you. It's going to reprogram the subconscious mind, um, to get rid of these and update these outdated blocks. All right. So make sure that you just go ahead and click that link. It's right up there. Learn to manifest. Let me just go ahead and show that one again. All right. It's right up there. Learn to manifest faster. And just go ahead and click that link, or just type in 7daymanifest.com, and you can get started right away on clearing these. It's a whole whopping $9 a month to join. So I really just want so many people to be able to get access to this work. And so it's just $9 a month. You get the whole month for $9. And you're going to learn, not only that, you're going to get those 7 days, but then after the 7 days, a whole other program is going to open up for you. And so you'll be able to move into the next level. We don't just leave you hanging at clearing the blocks. Once you've cleared the blocks, now it's time to really learn the advanced manifestation techniques. So I have a whole 21-day program that comes after you have cleared the blocks over the 7-day manifestation challenge. I mean, $9 these days, a pack of cigarettes, a cup of coffee, a book, a magazine. Like, these are, I mean, this, for the cost of that, you're literally able to change the whole relationship with your ability to manifest. So do you have any other questions for me? I'd be happy to answer any other questions that you have about that. And I'm going to be inside. And then on top of that, you're going to get access to a bunch of other cool things. Like that 7 day, like that's the main focus for the first 7 days that you're in there. But you're actually going to get access to, I have this, brain rewiring manifestation music that's just beautiful, and it just lifts your vibe and really helps you to feel good, puts you in a high vibe for manifesting. I have the self-hypnosis step-by-step course. You're going to take 8 days and go through the self-hypnosis step-by-step course. After that, you have that. You have the gratitude course. We have some really special guests coming that one of them is happening this Wednesday evening. Dan Candell, one of my friends, he's called the Anxiety Relief Guy. He's got like hundreds of thousands of followers on Instagram, and he's going to come in and help people who are dealing with financial worries and anxieties. He's going to come in and do a whole presentation on helping people and give you like 3 more techniques. I mean, Joe Vitale is coming. I don't know if if you watch The Secret at all. Joe Vitale, the star of The Secret, he's going to be coming in to help people with what is it called? The prosperity paradox. And so he's coming in on Saturday, this coming Saturday. He's going to be live inside my community. So I do have like a whole bunch of things. Plus, you get this amazing community of people who support you, who are holding each other accountable for what they say that they want to do. You get that whole community where you get a manifestation buddy that holds you accountable, that helps you. is on your side to achieve your goals. And what else do you get? Oh, you get these. These are the physical version of my manifestation cards, but I have this manifestation deck. There is a digital version of this, and one of the fun things that people do inside the community is every day they pull a card from the digital deck, and then they post what their card is, and their card is about like a sign, a message from the universe on what is going on with your manifestation. Like, so you literally just ask the deck, all right, so here's I'm going to think of mine, and I'm just going to draw it. And okay, so mine I got is vibration music note. All right. And so this is, you're tuned in, your energy is matching what you've been asking for. And the affirmation for this is, I hold the frequency of what I want. And then there's a whole message that you can access online that gives you more. So it's the 7-day faster manifestation challenge, but I'm telling you, there's a whole lot more that goes on inside hypnosis to manifest and believe, or believe and manifest. Believe and manifest. Hypnosis to believe and manifest. All right. So again, sign up, $9, gonna change your life. 7 days, 20 minutes a day. 7 days from now, you're gonna have a whole different outlook. Any other questions? I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up one more time. Just go ahead and type the word believe, and I will send you the special link to go ahead and sign up for the 7-day faster manifestation challenge. You won't regret it. This will be the best decision you've ever made. And so on that note, we have been live for a little over an hour, and I going to move on with doing some things that I had on my agenda today. I just want to thank you guys so much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you inside my Hypnosis to Believe and Manifest community. Sign up for that 7-day. Yeah, it really is, Paul. Thank you so much for being here. Go ahead. What do you have to lose? But awesome. Okay, I guess there was a little delay. So Yan, Guy. All right. So yeah, it is an excellent, it's the best deal. It's like literally the people next door to my community, because it's like a whole on school, and other people are charging for the same kind of information. I see other people charging $40 a month, $55 a month, $67 a month. I'm giving you this life-changing information for literally $9 a month. It's almost embarrassing how inexpensive I'm making it. And this because I just really want so many people, so many new faces, so many fresh faces. I think we're up to 319 people. And this is something that I have manifested. I'm manifesting my 1,000 manifestors inside my community, all making breakthroughs, all working on relieving themselves of these nasty subconscious blocks so that the world can be a better place. The world can be a better place when you have more people that are feeling happy, feeling in control of their lives, feeling in control of their minds. And so that's the garage door. Today is my husband's birthday, by the way, and so he's just come home, so that means I should probably go ahead and shut down this live so I can be present for him when he comes in. That was my soulmate, by the way, that I manifested, oh gosh, 20 some odd years ago. It's crazy how long we've been together. And so whatever it is that you're working on and manifesting, your business, more peace of mind, more success, more love, better health, whatever it is, whatever you want, It's all available. You have nothing to lose. It's $9. So I hope to see you guys inside. And thank you so much for watching. And I look forward to being with you live inside my community. Bye for now.